I'm a bit lazy. I find it difficult to start new good habits and stay consistent with them, but I've found a way that has helped even a lazy person like me in forming new habits and getting rid of the undesired ones. Even if you're not lazy and are very disciplined, I believe that today's mental model will be helpful for you to get even better in forming good habits. A quick quiz. Let's review a concept from high school chemistry for a moment. Do you know what do we call the minimum amount of energy required to start or activate a chemical reaction? I'll give you a couple of seconds. It's called activation energy. Just like a matchstick catches fire when we strike it, due to the heat energy generated from the friction. If we translate this mental model to our daily life, activation energy is the minimum effort it takes to start something. We should lower the activation energy for habits we want to adopt and raise it for the habits we want to avoid. I'll give you 3 practical examples of activation energy and how you can apply them in your life. Here's the first example. I've been making YouTube videos for some time and I wanted to make even more videos, but it was a bit hard to set everything up. Whenever I made a video in the past, I had to bring a bunch of gear into my home office. I had to bring the light in because it took too much space. I then had to bring the camera tripod from the closet. My camera was tucked away in a drawer in its bag. The mic was also on another tripod in a corner of the room, so I had to bring that to the center as well. So these 4 items had to be brought into the home office. I then needed to adjust their positions to get the lighting, the camera angle, the sound, everything right, and it was quite an effort which held me back from making regular videos. Then I applied the concept of activation energy, or the path of least resistance, and I set up these things in my office such that now I don't have to move a single thing. Everything is in its place. It's either on a table or fixed to a bracket on the wall, or I have an arm for my mic. I just turn on the button and they're ready to go. Since then, I've been successfully making new videos each day. The second example, let's say you want to get up early. You set the alarm, you go to bed, but in the morning when the alarm rings, you snooze it. It rings again, you snooze it again, or you simply close the alarm and go back to sleep. I've definitely faced this problem in my life because it is the path of least resistance. Press a button and the alarm will be turned off. If we apply the mental model of activation energy, we know that we have to make the process of turning off the alarm harder. So you have a few choices. The simplest choice is to put the phone a few feet away from your bed. So you have to get out of your bed to turn off the alarm. In doing so, you'll achieve your goal of waking up and getting out of the bed. There's a more interesting option, and that is an app called Math Alarm Clock. It is a cool app with plenty of reviews. You basically have to solve a math problem to close the alarm. So if you're not fully conscious, you'll obviously not be able to solve the math problem. So basically you have to get up to solve the math problem, and once you do so, it's easier to stay awake. The third example is healthy eating. Let's say you want to eat healthy, like salads and grilled chicken and fish. That's the plan, but if you have to cut the salad each time on a work day, then you have to grill the chicken or cook the brown rice, you'll avoid doing it. It's just too much effort. A way to reduce the activation energy is to prepare some of the healthy meals for the week during the weekend in one batch and then pack them in the fridge. That way you just have to microwave them and start eating them. So this is where we're decreasing the activation energy. Now let's say you have the habit of snacking on unhealthy foods. If you have the snacks in close proximity to where you spend most of your time, you're more likely to munch on them. But if you either don't buy them, or even if you buy them, you put them out of sight in the kitchen cabinet, you're less likely to consume them because you can't see them, and the effort of getting up, walking to the kitchen, finding them, pulling them out of the cabinet requires some energy. In doing so, we've essentially increased the activation energy to get rid of this habit. On a personal note, that's why my wife hides cookies and chocolates out of my sight. Let me know if you've used this mental model in your life. I make new videos daily thanks to the concept of activation energy. So stay connected, subscribe to the channel, or let's connect on the socials. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.